We've all heard the expression that it's all in your head, especially when it comes to an ache or a pain that's hard to diagnose.
What if it turned out that it is all in your head and that you had the ability to turn that pain off?
I want my negative emotions to go to zero if it's okay with my mind and my body.
Not long ago, Steve Elkins probably couldn't have spoken those words. They just wouldn't have fit his image. Strong, self-reliant, and accomplished athlete, a successful businessman. A man who keeps his emotions carefully in check. That was before the accident that brutally halted his pursuit of the sport he loves best.
I tried to get out of the cart, but I was hit, and the twisting motion caused my body to twist like this because I was trying to move out with my legs, but this twisting motion brought me back here, and I hit my head on the roof of the cart back here because I was exiting the cart at the same time, and I wrenched my lower back as well.
Shift time and place. A vivacious wife and mother has a high-speed bicycle accident.
I hit a pothole in the road and I flipped 3 times, hit my head every time. Ended up on the pavement and a helicopter came and life-flighted me to the hospital.
2 active lives suddenly transformed. 2 journeys linked together by the fight through the darkness of overwhelming pain.
I have 2 herniated discs in my lower back and 1 in my neck.
I tried to go back to work, but I was too dizzy and I couldn't even think straight.
And linked, too, by discovering their own power to regain their lives.
Identify any place in your mind, in your mood, in your memory where anger, sadness, or fear has been cathected or connected.
What we know about chronic pain is that it generates a stress reaction in the body. We also know it generates tremendous emotional reactions in the body as well. People get stopped in their life, and anger, sadness, and fear are part of 90% of every chronic pain patient's experience.
John Leonard is a psychologist who's been studying pain in all its forms for 30 years. More than that, he's been studying all the ways in which people cope with it. At first, Steve Elkins simply denied his pain. But he was jolted from an active life to a different one, where pain was more than a handicap. It was a preoccupation.
Basically, it took me out of my environment. It took me out of my happy place.
It was much the same for Ann Jefferson. Pain, anxiety, insomnia, then depression.
I wondered if life was really worth living if I had to continue like this.
Dr. Leonard was putting insight into action in a pain management system he called a NeuroBehavioral program. It's based on accepting the fact that mind and body can each control the health of the other.
This is the 6th version of a program that basically teaches somebody very simply how to set up a mind-body communication process, communication linkages so you can tell your body what to do. And then how about a command? I want my stress to go to 0.
I want my stress to go to 0.
Over a few weeks, according to Dr. Leonard, patients learn how they can direct their minds to think away pain and stress. Their bodies signal a response to their mind's commands by an involuntary movement of their fingers.
Okay, you're getting a yes response. Now what's happening with the body?
They practice this several times a day until it becomes virtually automatic.
Instead of heading for a dark bedroom and when the pain would start and thinking, oh my God, here it comes again. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I would just find a nice place, sit down, practice the technique, and make it go away.
And when your mind has found all of these places and is ready to disconnect these emotional charges, your body will tell us yes.
In the connection between mind and body, Dr. Leonard says emotions are the conduit through which pain travels back and forth. That's why addressing emotions is critical.
That's been the hardest one, but in the last couple of months, that's the one that's finally come through, and I value that more than the pain part of it now. Obviously, I can control the pain to a great extent, but I wasn't able to get the emotional part under control, and this has helped me. I've actually, as John would say, I've stepped back away and seen my real self. And that's been an interesting thing.
Dr. Eric Hasid runs one of many clinics that are now using the NeuroBehavioral program.
It's one of those things that it takes practice. People have to have a willingness to want to participate and an open-mindedness. Once individuals do that, they're able to set themselves up with a certain, we'll say, physiological cue, and that cue basically will be a response. So, for example, if an individual wants to turn off their pain or turn off their stress or what have you, eventually, after stage 4 or stage 5 of the training, they're able to do it almost automatically. And people have found that they're able to turn off that particular symptom for anywhere from hours to even days, for that matter, once they get really experienced at it.
Valerie, it's good to see you.
Typically, a patient beginning the program may meet with Dr. Leonard or a doctor trained to introduce it. Then, with the help of an audio CD, the patient begins taking charge of pain control.
So your signals are showing up?
Often, new patients will call in to a neurobehavior therapist when they run into difficulty. As the patient's level of skill advances, he or she eventually can manage pain with the mind alone. The past is irreversible, and no therapy can undo an injury. But Dr. Leonard says only eliminating the constant hum of pain from body and mind can clear the way for a return to the fullness of life.
There's still a lot of living. Maybe it's not the way I've done it. Maybe it's other things, and that's okay. There's a lot of other things that are out there that are meaningful to do too.
Well, I'm really excited about my life. I'm planning the first bicycle tour, small one, this summer, and I love my quilting, and maybe you'll be going to the county fair. Maybe I'll get a ribbon one of these years.
What you do when you clear that all out is that a person begins then to move into and reclaim their drive and their ambition that they had lost. And that is probably the most rewarding piece of this work, because it's not just about pain. It's not about pain per se. It's about getting your life back.
He's also starting to use these techniques in a weight loss program.
Just imagine if you could think yourself thin. And we have more information on the NeuroBehavioral Pain Program on the Healing Quest website.